What's good, boys? We are going to go over today 3 more ways to make more complex music. Djent, math rock, prog, whatever you want to call it. I spent quite a bit of time on r/Djent, r/math rock, just kind of perusing shit that's going on. And I'll tell you what, 2 things we're for sure not doing today is putting ambient guitar in front of open 0 on the guitar. It's so overplayed. And then second thing, I don't know if you noticed, I am not Tosin Abasi and I'm also not Javier Reyes. We're not going to be thumping on the guitar. Ways to make interesting music. If you like that music and you're emulating it, that's fucking sick. I'm just talking shit. That's fine. I emulate the music that influences me. I just try not to blatantly steal a sound. You know what I mean? I figured I'd make a part 2 to this because there was like a huge amount of support on that first one, and it was sick, dude. It was very cool to see. And if I can get enough views and subscribers, perhaps I could get sponsored by Zyn or Nick, whatever nicotine company makes fucking 3 milligram pouches, because I'm a pussy. That is the ultimate goal of this channel, to get a nicotine sponsor and die of cancer. So number 1, this is something that I don't do very frequently, and right off the bat, we're kind of going to see that, like, I'm almost contradicting the first video where I said I don't like to program the drums first. There's no rules for writing music, dude. There's no, like, you can do this and you can't do this. You can do whatever you want, and this is a good way to kind of break through some plateaus you may be having. So this first one, a Ben Levin video summed it up really well. You know, like the Pythagorean theorem, or whatever, of the triangle. So like a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I'm going to link this Ben Levin video below. This is kind of just a jumping off point for me to explain what I'm about to show you. But basically, you know, you got a triangle with a right angle. One side is 3 feet. The bottom is 4 feet. So the long side's 5 feet. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. So 3, 4, and 5. Now, how does that translate into the music? So we go to our drums, and we're going to go program our drums. So we got 3, 4, 5, right? So we're looking at 16th notes, 14, and 16/16ths. Now, what we're going to do with this is we got that 3, 4, 5, right? We're going to program just to start off, our hi-hat for every 4 16th notes. There we go. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you notice, that's just not very special. But then we're going to go down to, we got our snare and our kick. You could do this on any of the drums you want, but I mean, cymbal, kick, snare, pretty standard. So now we're going to program our kick for every, you can choose to do every, because we already used the 4 on the hi-hats, right? And we have 3, 4, 5. Like the triangle. So we can program our kick drum for every 3rd or every 5th 16th note. Let's go out on a whim, and I'm going to do well, no, it's not a whim, because I already have something programmed to show you how you can involve this. But we'll do it on every 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 1. Every 3rd 16th note. Boom. So right now, this is the pattern we got. Okay, I got like a cool little polyrhythm going on. But now check it out how we're going to fuck this up. Now our snare, so we got the 4 on the hi-hats, every 4 16th notes, every 3 on the kick. So now our snare is going to go every 5th. Now preference, I don't like to start with the snare, like, but we will. We'll start with a snare. We'll start with the snare. So 1, fucking 2, 4. All right, so let's hear how that sounds. Again, that's every 3 16th notes on the kick, every 4 16th notes on the hi-hat, every 5 16th notes on the snare. Let's put a little fucking sauce on there, add some rolls. These would be like your ghost notes, you know? Cool thing about ghost notes is they don't need to be exact, but when they're off, they sound like way too much. And even the rolls, I'll tone them down, but. Ugh, tight. That's cool. That's pretty basic. This is the exact pattern I use for this over here. You get this down, you're like, I like it, but obviously it's a little basic. You got this down. This is the starting point. Now you start fucking with it. What if I made this like, So like ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. So there's already a snare right there, so it's already kind of a double. So you don't want to double that up. Double this. It just helps you get like organic, fresh patterns, so you can think about the tempo you're at, think about like the rhythms you can incorporate. I thought it was pretty cool. It's just a cool way to think about it. And then obviously once you get this down, so okay, that's building up to something, and I want to keep my snares, the ones that aren't lined up, I want to keep them in the roll. You can move them down to the kick. We're gonna delete our ghost notes, our starting snare, and we're just gonna fucking pop that bitch in the middle like a normal 4 on the floor beat. 1 2 snare, 1 2 snare. Those don't need to be zeros. They don't need to be like dun 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 dun. You know, like it can be fucking notes. For instance, right here. And I don't want, like, as you can see, as we can see right here, I have a similar pattern, almost exactly that. It's the same pattern I used, except for I didn't use the snare in the beginning, and I'm using some like accent snares right here on the F #2 F2 F sharp. Fucking idiot. And then the ascending snares. So then that kind of leaves us, if you can see, I was like, all right, I know I'm going to record different sections for every hit. So the guitar I recorded for this part right here is da-da-da, and then this one is just 2 zeros. Oh no, it's 13-0. And then I just did that for the pattern up to like here. Ugh. I'm still writing this, so I haven't had time to hate it yet. I fucking love that riff, dude. It's sick. When you start writing music and you start getting better at it, there's like a direct correlation between how good you get at writing music and then how much imposter syndrome you have. This feels so cheap, dude, but it sounds like a sick riff. And if I practice on my guitar, I could do it all in one take. I don't play music live, dude. I'm a bedroom guitarist. I like just writing cool shit. I know I don't write anything that's like beyond my means. Kind of like, was it the Berries and Cream guy? Fuck. It's like Deathberry, Berry Dead, Berry fuck. Oh, Buried Alive? I don't know. He writes the type weird shit. It's like, you know, whether it's studio magic or not. I know he's got videos where he says it's not. So first tip over. Second tip we're going to get into tension and how to utilize it, how to build it, and how to maintain it. So if you're writing a song and you're writing these 4 bars, let me grab my guitar. So basically you get to a song and you have this, you know, you have a rhythm you wrote. Say it's fucking right here. Fuck me. Oh, goddamn. Some days, you know, dude. Fuck. I just started college too, so again, just for fun, I guess, just to learn some shit. And my brain is fucking fried, dude. For some reason, I thought I could just jump right back into calculus. Anyway, so you have a pattern. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 bars right there. So let's listen to that. Let's listen to the pattern that we have. No drums. For instance, as far as tension goes, we build a little bit. I'll play it all with the drums and bass, and you'll hear how it kind of starts with some tension with this gap of no drums and bass. Blast beats, it chills out, and that's the whole 4 bars. So. Now, when it starts off with like the bum, bum, with that empty spot. If you copy and pasted this again, it would start with that again. To keep the continuity and the the song sounding fluid, you can repeat that a little bit different, but then instead of starting as if you're half of a bar in to the next 4, right? So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 bars. This last section, 4 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. This next one, 1, 2, 3, 4. But to build that tension, we extend the last section an extra half measure, half bar, so that it just keeps it interesting. It keeps like the listener being like, oh shit, that tension. And then so when you release it into the next riff, that's now starting on the 1. The 1 is starting halfway through this bar. This isn't shit you'd ever hear as a listener. You'd just be like, oh, that went for an extra like 2 counts. So instead of being like 140 counting to 4, it's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then so it's like 6, 4 or whatever on the last one. So like it just builds a little bit of extra tension at the end, as instead of just diving right in at the end of your 4 bars. I'll kind of show you how that builds tension right there. And then on that next section, technically, this is our first bar, our second bar, our third bar, our fourth bar. So that's 4 bars. And then at the end of that, we did the same exact thing. We added this. This actually does repeat because it's a good riff. It's a variation of this intro riff, so it's not 3 times repeated. But yeah, just extending out the riff you write. If you write 4 bars, write a 5th, add on to it. If you're writing something that's like a little bit technical, like that was so fucking sloppy, dude. But like if you're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Your riff wants to resolve back to the beginning after 4 counts. So like 1, 1, 2. Just like that. But if you extend it out an extra bar, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then from there you can even cut it short. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. So that was just an extra 2 count at the end. Utilizing that will build the tension and keep it interesting. And then the inverse of cutting it short is going to maintain the tension. So say you get done doing that and you added like that 5th measure, and then you resolve, and your next one is like 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It's keeping the listener guessing. Copy and paste is your worst enemy. That's what this tip should be called. Don't copy and paste your shit. And if you're going to copy and paste your shit, add some shit in the middle. That leads us into the third point, your left and right guitar. I don't have an example in this song that I'm currently writing, but let's just take that little riff I just did and let's repeat that right here. All right, so here we go. Right. All right. So we're going to play off those chords. We'll kind of like, we're going to do something like that for this. So the whole tip here, you can write different guitar tracks for the left and right that still go together. Because obviously, so to the basics, if you don't know, you track your guitars twice. You don't copy and paste it. You have to record it 2 times for it to sound good. One of them, channel 3, this one, channel 4. Channels 3 and 4, panned hard left, hard right. One guitar entirely in the right earphone, one entirely in the right. Is it always like that? Yes. Sometimes you have guitars in the middle for a fuller sound, like on a melody and other extenuous circumstances, but mainly you're gonna have a guitar in the left and the right. So right now, let's track the left guitar. Was that clean? Probably not. All right, it's playing off those chords that we did a minute ago, though. Maybe it's a scale. I don't know. We'll start with our left and right guitars. So our left guitar, obviously pan left, our right guitar, pan right, and how does that sound together? All right, so that riff would actually sound better if I doubled up on that and put this lead one in the middle, so we'll just do the chords. We'll do the chords. The chords laid over that other riff. And then building off of that, because we wanted to sound complex, having those chords in that corner it's not doing us any favors, you know what I mean? So we'll record just this. For some reason, when I get in front of the camera, I learned how to play the guitar yesterday. Let's see how that layers. Hopefully well, because I didn't prep so well for this. Please sound good. Let's just see how it sounds with drums that I already had made. So we layered the chords centered in both tracks. This one is in the right side. And this is on the left side. It would sound like this. Hold on. As always, in FL Studio, so the CPU runs better, macros, switch smart disable for all plugins. It's going to turn off all the plugins you're not currently using. Hopefully that came across. Yeah, those are 3 more tips. And as always, these tips aren't it. No, you got to evolve it. So like implement the second tip with this third tip. So instead of having this for the 4 bars, build a 5th bar after this, maybe a half measure after this. So 2 clicks, add another little chord progression that maintains the tension and builds the tension more, and then release into maybe a more open sounding riff. It's just a combination of all these things. Bringing it back to the first tip with the drums, building off like the 3, 4, 5 type deal. And you could do any combo. So like the drums, you can build it, you pick fucking a couple numbers, pick 3, 7, and 2. It doesn't need to be a triangle. I was just referencing a video that reminded me that I used to do this. So your cymbal is every 3, your kick is every 7, and your snare is every 5. See how that sounds? Build off of it. Hope this was helpful. Not as unique as the first video, but music is pretty super complex, and it's also not. You can only do so many things. Hopefully you guys got something out of that. Hopefully it's not a total letdown after that first video. That did really fucking good for some reason. I hope you guys are able to take something from that. Thank you guys, as always, so much for watching. I have so many fucking videos I'm working on. I'll get them out, like the MySpace core. The list of bands is such a fucking like boost of nostalgia. It's crazy. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys got something out of this, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.